we as Americans have the capacity now, as we've had in the past, to do whatever needs to be done to preserve this last and greatest bastion of freedom.
America. There's no other place like it on earth. Throughout history, from sea to shining sea, our people have been bonded by a set of common values.
America has stood throughout the years as a beacon of opportunity to the world.
Faith and family and freedom, that's what America's about.
That is what really shaped this country in its formative years.
But the values that made America great are under assault by the most radical administration in U.S. history.
Barack Obama says he wants to, quote, spread the wealth.
They're going to reduce coverage and expand costs.
The deficit is so large.
Unemployment is at historic levels.
President Obama is trying to deceive the public.
You need to get down here and start doing something. You can't spend your way out of problems.
I don't like paying taxes.
Mr. President, where are the jobs?
I have done nothing morally wrong.
We'll just see what happens next.
This is patently insulting to the American people.
Income redistribution.
The president got what he wanted.
What the Pelosi, Reid, and Obama administrations are trying to do is they believe the goal and role of government should be different. They want to create this safety net into a hammock that ends up lulling people into lives of complacency and dependency on the government.
With Democrats controlling the presidency, Senate, and House, the American economy has gotten worse.
Government is out of control. Regulatory agencies are out of control.
Nancy Pelosi is the architect of the demise, in my view, of 1/6 of our economy.
The Democratic leadership, as well as the president's cabinet, has no practical free enterprise system experience.
People are looking at what the government's doing, and they realize the government day in and day out creates huge obstacles to private sector job growth.
Spending money on programs that are not working, and even worse than that, no plan to pay any of this money back.
Anytime you grow government, you shrink freedom.
Nancy Pelosi is a firm believer in a bigger government.
I mean, almost everything they're doing is pushing us right towards socialism.
A government that would add debt, and a government which would control the goods and services of this country.
I call it the Europeanization of America.
Under Obama, our national security has weakened. Our homeland has become less secure.
This effort by the Obama administration to criminalize the war is a huge mistake. What happened on 9/11 in 2001 wasn't a crime, it was act of war.
This administration is simply missing in action when it comes to dealing with the immigration issue. They want to sue a state that's basically stepping up to fill the gap left because the federal government's dropped the ball. It's insulting, it shows a lack of priorities.
What a difference between the era of Republican leadership, when our allies knew that the United States was there with them, and our enemies knew that there were consequences to be had.
The Democrats' reckless behavior awakened a movement, a Republican renaissance.
And I think what you're seeing right now is incredible frustration with people across this country.
People now are beginning to take control. They're the ones who are grabbing hold of the reins of power. They're seeing freedom slip through their fingers.
The leadership in Washington, D.C., the president and his administration, the White House, are not listening to what people are saying.
We're getting the same message in Alaska that we're getting in Florida. They all care, they're all passionate about this election, and our base is energized.
Welcome to the conservative comeback.
This is a great night for the Republican Party.
I am ready to go to work.
I will give all that is in me to serve you well.
We choose a place where jobs are growing. We've come to take our government back.
This congressional seat is owned by the people.
Let's take back our country! This victory is your victory!
The Republican Party won the early battles, but the war is far from over. Fire Pelosi. America is depending on you.
Nancy Pelosi's got to get fired. Fire Nancy Pelosi.
We're at a critical crossroads in this country right now, and the election this fall is pivotal.
One more vote in the Senate, there'd been no health care bill. That's where the RNC, that's where this grassroots effort to bring checks and balances and take back the Congress matters so much.
Do you want to have a country where the government is bigger than the people? Or do you want to have a country where the people are bigger than the government?
And we're taking it to the streets in November.
The Republican Party heard America's cry before and answered with strong, decisive, conservative leadership.
Each generation must renew and win again for itself the precious gift of liberty, the sacred heritage of freedom.
Now, a new generation of Republican leaders from all over our great country stand ready to lead the fight against Obama's radical agenda.
This campaign is about taking back America.
They will protect the freedoms that make our nation great, but they can't do it without your support. That's why they need you. Do your part to stop the Obama agenda. Register to vote in your state. Volunteer for a local Republican candidate. Contribute to the RNC and your state Republican Party. Most importantly, vote Republican.
This may be our last chance.
This may be our last chance.
This may be our last chance.
This may be our last chance to save America.